Hello, I'm Jenny Fern and welcome to my library. I'm a chaotic neutral mechanical engineer who's really into permaculture and wants to talk about books. So let's talk about books. Today is a reading vlog. What I have going on, I am cleaning up my home office. I feel like that makes it sound better than just calling it my room. Or, ooh, we could call it my studio. Does that sound even better? Basically, I want a creative place of my own, especially for winter, to help combat any seasonal depression. That is what I'm working on right now. And I'm not listening to any books at the current moment, like today, but I have been listening to Shadow of the Hegemon by Orson Card. And that's going relatively well. Sometimes the characters in that book are a little insufferable. They're actually like largely insufferable. That's just kind of a part of the story though. You know what? I have a few things to share for my bedroom because they are book related. One, I found some books. One of them was this book of poetry. I got 3 of those and I don't know where any of them are except for that one that I just found. The other thing that I found was my copy of Emily is Burning by Steph Seed, who is a comic artist, and I've got some of her comics, but this is the first one that I got of hers, and it's just such beautiful artwork. I really love the artwork. So I found that so I can put it with my other Steph Seed comics. There's Wishing on a Star, the slow and all at once disappearance of Olivia Newbury. Picture This. I also loved Picture This. Again, I thought the art was so amazing. I found my 2018 reading list, so I was filling out a little bookshelf. Death by a Black Hole. Oh, is that the Neil deGrasse Tyson one? I don't remember that at all. The Buried Giant. Love The Buried Giant. The Lost City of Z, which was pretty cool. The Shape of Water. An Italian like crime thing, not like the movie. That's what I was reading in 2018, and then I stopped filling this out. So I think I need to get like art matting supplies because I have all of this random bullshit, and if I want to do like a gallery wall, I want to be able to hang it up in a nice way. So like, for example, I have these little collages that I made. These are when I lived in Italy, so I had very minimal supplies. I really like them. I think they're really fun. This is more recent collage. I also really like it because the stuff I make is not a standard size. It like does not look good. This honestly looks terrible, but this is tea bags that have been watercolored and sewn together, so a lot of work. More collages. Again, you can tell like this white paper is not the vibe. Here again, like my stuff is like totally off center and bad looking. I mean, I probably need a bigger frame for this, but you know, it's not a good vibe. And I do want to be able to display things in a nice way. I think that will really clean up a lot of the crap that I have in there. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm a little overwhelmed. I have brought you guys in here to my room with me to be my accountability buddies because I am cleaning my room and I won't stop listening to YouTube videos and I need to listen to my book. And I just unpacked, just now, a box of pans that have been in this box for about 5 years. Whoops. They were under a bunch of my old photo paper. I saw a monarch butterfly today. That was like the highlight of my entire year. I have the hallmark for myself of just having cleaned my room because I'm wearing more accessories now. Should have seen me earlier. I had arm warmers on. I just find things and I put them on my body. I need to go out to my little free library and paint it because I have a west facing wall of the little free library and the sun here is so intense that it needs to be repainted. So I'm gonna repaint that wall at the very least. The color that I have is different, but it matches in a kind of a way. So I think I'm just gonna try this. And if it doesn't look good, that's okay, because it's more for practical reasons. I shouldn't be sloshing things. I'm also gonna take out all the books, put them aside, reorganize everything. That'll be a part of this as well. I've got this. I have to go in the backyard and get the stir stick and the thing that opens up this. I'm gonna go do that. So maybe I should change, actually, so that I don't destroy my dress. You know what I should tell you about Shadow of the Hegemon? Brother, I am getting so bored of this. I'm just at the point where I don't care. This like politics stuff, ugh. Jeez, I just don't give a shit at all. We're going into like a rescue. And I'm excited to read that, but I just cannot wait to be done with this at this current point. I had been enjoying it relatively well, and now I'm just like, I just don't want to be reading it. Also, I wanted to show you that I got these little crochet pumpkins out. So this was one of the other finds from my room cleaning extravaganza. Let's go do things. Okay, hello. I have just gotten back in from sweating my ass off outside. I have ice water that I'm in desperate need of drinking because I just repainted my little free library. It was this really dark green. Now it's a lighter green. I will go out and show you pictures at some point. But right now I gotta chill the fuck out because it's like 95, I think, today, which for me, because I'm used to much hotter all summer, is fine. I'm okay. But I do need water. I have emptied out every single book from my little free library. I saw the other day that my mail lady stopped by after delivering my mail. Every time I see people use it, I'm just ecstatic. Let's go through all the books that I have and try to pick out a good arrangement. I have Soldier of God by David Hagberg. We're gonna put this in a pile. Like masculine pulp. We also have The Crossing by Michael Connelly, which I would also put in that category. We have No Man's Land by David Baldacci. Same category. We have Son of a Witch. I donated this. Nobody wants it. YA, kind of? I don't even know if this is considered YA. The Girls of Atomic City, like nonfiction? I don't know. This one actually seems kind of cool to me. We have another David Baldacci, and that is One Good Deed. Oh my god. Sneezing with a choker on is risky business. We have The Golden Compass. I think I donated this because I accidentally got 2. So I'm gonna put that in the pile with Son of a Witch. Duchess, this is an unhaul from me. This is like a feminine kind of thing. A False Sense of Well-Being. This is also feminine, but maybe not so much historical. The Child's Child. I don't even know what this is. It looks like this is historical fiction. Oh my god, I loved this story. I donated this, and it's Centerfield Ballhawk. This story really touched me, and I wish somebody would pick it up. I also donated Miss Rumphius, and I donated these two. One is Harriet Tubman. She's been waiting there for eons. And the other one's Christopher Columbus. I don't know what to do with this one. Then we have Remy and Lulu, which I just donated this summer. Same with Astro's Tone. I'm genuinely surprised nobody's picked this up. The Jodi Picoult Sing You Home is still in there. J.D. Robb, Calculated in Death. This is going in the masculine pile. Jodi Picoult is going in the False Sense of Well-Being pile. These are all going in children's. And then we have Killer Instinct. I'm gonna put this in the masculine pile. I think the problem is we have far too many masculine books. Also, that might just be the people in my neighborhood. Alex Cross, masculine. The Mission Song. Actually, I don't know what this is. I haven't seen this one yet. Honestly, I can't tell if this one's masculine or feminine. I think it might be kind of bridging that gap. Maeve Binchy, The Glass Lake, which I did try to start reading actually once, and I gave up on it. I am so sad that this has never been picked up. I've had it in there from the very beginning. You can see how sun-faded it is. This is supposed to be red. This is by Isabel Allende, and it's in Spanish. I was so excited to find this because I do have a lot of Spanish-speaking people in my neighborhood, so I thought this was gonna be useful for them. Nobody wants it. I also donated this. This was a DNF from me, and I hated it, so I don't even really want people to pick it up, but you know. A book's a book. Then we have Zorro by Allende as well. I read this. I liked this. Nobody wants it. I donated this earlier this year after I tried to read it and I just wasn't interested in it anymore. That is Polly by Amy Bryant. I have so many books by Louise Penny. You'll see we have a ton of Louise Penny. This is kind of like murder stuff, but on the feminine side. Then we have Magpie by Elizabeth Day. This one seems kind of like a kid gets kidnapped kind of thing. Like something that I'm really not into. Sandstorm by Alan Lee. We have Lying on the Couch, something I considered reading and just never actually did. The Dark Horse by Craig Johnson, something I donated a long time ago. Play Dirty by Sandra Brown. The Rocks, also something I donated a long time ago. And Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister by Gregory Maguire, which I also donated. Now, I have even more books. I have the stuff that I'm trying to get rid of, and I have this stack which didn't fit and has been cycled out of the Little Free Library. The Perfect Mother by Amy Malloy. The Scent of Jasmine by Jude Devereaux. A copy of Green Glass House. I need to figure out if I want to keep the paperback or this one, but I saw this at my library for like 50 cents or something. I really wanted other people to read it, so I bought it. I think I'm gonna keep this one and I'm gonna donate the paperback because I'm vain. Then there was The Lady's Slipper, which I donated. The German Nurse, more Gregory Maguire, which I also donated. Even more. Then we have a book that got moldy because the library got water in it. It's called Why Me, Why Anyone. I think it's a Jewish religious kind of advice book. I'm genuinely kind of curious about this one. And The Surrogate. And then we have Maui Bound. I got this as a library discard and I just thought people would like it. Nobody likes it. For the other books that are in contention, the ones that I've just unhauled, Hitler's Niece, The Binding Chair, 3 Cups of Tea, Hardball with all of my annotations from high school, Wicked, Squirrel Seeks Chipmunk, and Bless Me Ultima. I'm holding on to The Secret Life of Bees, so if any of you try to tell me to keep it, I still have it. And then Second Stage Lensman for my final year wrap up, and The Last Lecture also for my final year wrap up. So if you thought like, wow, that seems like a lot of books, it is a lot of books. I also have all of these children's books. So the strategy is going to be, let's focus on Halloween. This could go for Halloween because those are ghost stories. This one, these ones are spooky. Let's do these guys. Just came back in from putting all the books out. I didn't put them 2 layers deep. They're just 1 layer deep in case people need to drop off more books. I do have a ton of books here though, and I may need at some point to do a thrift store run and donate them there because there are too many. While I was painting my Little Free Library, also I did notice some spots that I'd missed, and I'm like, ugh, so annoying. When I was painting, I finished up reading Shadow of the Hegemon. It was okay. There was a little afterword from Orson Scott Card, and he was saying like, yeah, I really wanted an opportunity to go through like international strategy because I guess that was one of his like obsessions as a kid. He used to play Risk all the time and he used to just like go through all of these weird scenarios and stuff. And I'm just not that kind of girl. I don't know if I should really continue with this series because I love exploring different life forms and relationships between different types of life and exploring communication among life forms. I love that, and that's what I really, really love about the Enders books. But if these books are really going to be about politics and scheming, I just am not convinced that I'm going to be on board. I do have the next book in the series already, so I'm like, maybe I just continue on with it anyway. Let me know if I should stop now or what. I thought it was fine. I'm between a 3 and a 4, so that book's done. The Housekeeper and the Professor and No Time to Spare. I want to finish those like ASAP, so I think that's what I'm going to start reading now. I need to drink even more water and probably eat something. Hello. I am so tired, so zonked, not really able to do anything. But my library book is going to expire in like 2 days, so I have to make some progress. This is No Time to Spare. I've been really enjoying it. I am about halfway through it. I'm 44%, page 91 of 216. Been loving it, but I have been falling asleep. I'm gonna try to hunker down and read this for like the next hour or so and see how far I can get. I also just want to show you the absolute coziness of my house right now. We have a beautiful doggy. We have a zonked boy. His teeth are coming in. Back there you can see a Louie as well. I gotta close his mouth back up. Oh, hi baby. Oh, I am so burnt out from my work. It's Tuesday. How do people do this for forever? We'll see how far I get. It's the following day. I just finished reading No Time to Spare with No Time to Spare. My library book is almost due, so I had to finish it tonight. I was so dead tired tonight that I did take a nap on the couch while reading the book, read the book, fell asleep, woke up, finished reading the book. That's how my night has gone. My brain has just been gone. Basically the last like 2 weeks, I just have no brain left. So I'm in desperate need of a weekend, basically all the time. Enough about me and my problems. No Time to Spare was a collection of blog posts written by Ursula K Le Guin while she was an elderly woman. I actually really, really enjoyed hearing from her as an elderly woman. It did kind of remind me a bit about this book. This is written by an elderly woman about death and wisdom before dying. The recollections of things and also the simplicity of the day-to-day with her, particularly with her cat, really struck me as beautiful and lovely. Weirdly, a lot of this does have to do with her cat. I think if I owned this and I held it in my hands, I would have dog-eared many pages. But this specifically, I thought, was so beautiful, and it is in her post or essay, The Inner Child and the Nude Politician. And there are two passages here that I thought were really beautiful. She's talking about the concept of being a child and like getting in touch with your inner child, and this idea that being a child is lauded, and the creativity and the spirit of children is so much more than that of an adult. And she has a very different view of things. Instead of seeing birth as an awakening from blank non-being and fetal incompletion into the child's fullness of being, and seeing maturity as a narrowing, impoverishing journey towards blank death, the ode proposes that a soul enters life forgetting its eternal being, can remember it throughout life only in intimations and moments of revelation, and will recall and rejoin it fully only in death. Just this idea that you are remembering who you are, you're becoming who you are as you live your life, and only when you die are you complete. Do you fully remember who you are? And then here's the second passage from that same chapter. I see children as unfinished beings who have been given a very large job to do. Their job is to become complete, to fulfill their potential, to grow up. And I just love that idea that you're just becoming who you are. Like, being an adult is not a doled down bad version of the child within. It's just you becoming you. So I really did enjoy it. I ended up giving it a 4-star. Although it was wholly pleasant and I found a lot of value in it, it just didn't have that 5-star feeling. Oh, I should say that it did make me think about trying to write some essays. This happens to me sometimes where I read a collection of essays and it makes me think, I should write essays. And then maybe I kind of try it and then give up. So that very well could happen now. Sometimes she just has this like thing that pops up in her life and she decides to write about it, specifically write things that she's thinking about connected to it. And I think that might be maybe a more constructive way of me journaling. I've journaled in the past, especially when like very depressed, and those are always very bare bones. I'm barely alive. It's kind of depressing to look back on, and also maybe do some research on other things that I could be interested in. Anyway, goodbye.